Hi, everybody. Welcome to our Team Fit Dynasty and Tribe Redefined Coach Collective call for the month of January. It's our first dual call of 2020. Jess isn't feeling great, so it's going to be just me. So lucky you. And I already started the recording, so Teresa, save your curse words for another time. Just kidding. That's all me. All right. What we're going to be doing tonight is just going through very basic stuff from Coach Office, not even Coach Office, just some basic corporate announcements. And then I'm going to get into IG stories, IGTV, and Instagram in general. The theme for tonight is "This is what they came for," okay? That's why I was playing that song on loop. So I want to ask you a question, and I just want you to mull this over. So when I go through all the basic stuff, and by the time I get into the Instagram training, you'll have some kind of answer for yourself formulated. But I want you to think to yourself, what is it that brought you to social media, to your coach, okay? So perhaps you ended up on social media because you linked up with the coach. Okay, that's a different story. But if you started following your coach on social media and that's how you got into this business, what is it that you were coming for? And then on the flip side, I want you to think about what it is that you think your followers come to your Instagram for. Just think about that. And if you need Rihanna to sing some more, you can go ahead and play that song on your own. So think about that as we get into the stuff for today. So as I mentioned, it's our first call of 2020. We've all been doing the goal setting thing. We've all been doing the vision boarding thing. My kids better be doing the go upstairs thing because they seem to only come downstairs the second I start a call. But really, today is the first start of the year for me because it's day one for my bar program. And it feels to me like now this is my fourth year as a coach, that my years I remember them based on the programs that I do. And 2018 will forever be the year of 80-day obsession. Last year truly was Transform 20. Yeah, I love Morning Meltdown. I loved the work. I loved so many other things, but that was the program that kickstarted my year for me. And that's what bar is going to be. And I have to be honest, when I sat at Summit and they announced that there would be a bar program coming, I launched out of my seat. I was so excited. Then they started showing the promo materials for it. And I was like, this looks so cheesy. It looked like something out of the 1980s, like Booty Body Ballet or whatever the heck that program is called. And I couldn't figure out why they were doing this as their New Year program. Because to me, the January program just marks the year. And then more promos started to come out. And then they really started to share content. And then we got to try these workouts. And it's so fabulous. Elise is so fabulous. And I just want to throw in a little aside. Today, I tagged Elise in my story and she responded with words back to me, and I responded with some words, and we chatted on and off most of the day. She is a doll. She is a doll, and she deserves all of the amazingness that this program is bringing to her life, and it's going to bring so much to our life. So be excited about the program and make this the year of bar. Make it the year of what she wanted this program to be, a confidence program. Make it the entry point into your conversations with other people. Make it the entry point into somebody start with fitness. I know we talked about this on a past call, but I love that her goal is that you could do this program for 180 days and not do the same workout twice because there's so many different modification and levels within each program or each workout. That's something to share with people who haven't touched a mat or a gym or a sneaker in forever can do this program. And people who are elite athletes are still going to get their butts whooped doing this program. So make it the year of bar, embrace it, celebrate it. I love that it's today. And one of the first things I did this morning after working out was read Jackie's post about it being the first day of a new program. And it spoke so much to everything that I was thinking. So I just wanted to touch on that. The other thing I want to remind everybody is to make sure you're keeping up with the national wake-up calls. I've been slacking off a little bit with that with holiday time and was kind of binging them the last day and a half. But they really do a great job giving us a lot of good announcements. And the coaches that are on, and I know the last 2 weeks have been corporate, but they are tangible takeaways in every single call. And I know we have some coaches on here that are new, and you might be in that season of recruiting new coaches. And I really cannot stress enough, going through old national wake-up calls for me was the best way for me to understand the culture of this company. When I first became a coach, I think I listened to every single national wake-up call I could get my hands on. If you are a new coach, or you are trying to grow, or you are trying to do something in this business, maybe that's your personal development for a while, is just going into those past archives and really honing in on what's possible and feeling the stories and feeling the growth. And when they get to the end and they say how their lives changed, it's possible. It's possible for us. You know, we are not Jenna Kutcher, and we are not, I don't know, who else do we listen to? Rachel Hollis, like all of those awesome podcasts and personal development books. They're wonderful, but we have such personal development right in our company from people who are our peers. And it's really a wonderful opportunity. So if I could really implore you to use that as your number one personal development each week, I would love to. All right, so now to get into one little quick thing. I've shared this once before. It was actually in 80-Day Obsession back in the day that I started my notebook, my binder. And again, I knew we had a lot of coach call or new coaches, and also it's the beginning of a year, so I figured what the heck. I wanted to share my binder system with you for anybody who might be looking for an organizational tool, just super quickly. So I also printed out some new things today that I wanted to show you that I'm putting in there that I'm excited about. So I have a Rise Up planner. I really do like it, but it's kind of clunky and I get bored with it kind of fast. Like after a month or two, I just like a binder that I can manipulate. And with the Success Club system, you don't really need to go buy a fancy planner. You can use this and have a grand old time. So I've gotten the very first, well, not the first thing, but the second section, I'm going to show you the Success Club system in a nice clear sheet. I have a blank one with the prospect list on the back, and then I have all of them here for the 52 weeks of the year. I took my old ones and I put them in a folder so I could still look at my prospect sheets and my contacts on there, but I've started fresh now that it's a new year to keep myself nice and clean. The next thing I have are sections in my binder for my prospects. So I have my dream team, and I, at the beginning of every year, go through and I list the people that I believe would be amazing coaches. In my next section, I have prospects. I list the people I think would be amazing prospects. And the next section, I have referrals. The people in my life who maybe are already customers, but probably won't ever be coaches, or who just are not in a season to be customers. And these are the people who I could reach into for referrals. And I'm trying to add to and build these lists as often as I can. And that's where I try to pull my invite lists from and then put those on the back of my Success Club system tracker as I'm contacting the people. And I like make little notes on here once in a while, but it really has helped me. The last section is my meal tracker. So I've got my meal plan. I actually have like a blank one for my time nutrition that I just photocopy all the time. And I keep that in the back and I fill that out. And keeping nice and on target with that is really helpful in having that available. But what I also, where did my papers go? Oh, I already tucked them in. I made this for myself, and I thought to myself as I was sitting here that this might actually be something you might want. So I'm going to throw the PDF up into both TFD and Tribe Redefined after this call. But I made myself, because I'm a teacher, a weekly call log. So for me, so it has boxes where of the content I want to share and then the action item, what it's going to be, so I can keep organized and I can share with you, because I always plan ahead for these calls. And then for my accountability call. So all my calls for 1 week end up on here. There was a section in the Rise Up Planner that was like that, where you got to keep track of your team calls and personal development. So in case you would like this, it might just be a neater way for you to organize that information. So I'm going to throw this PDF up. This is going to be in the front of my binder. And then something else that you can grab, Teresa shared it in Tribe Redefined. It might also be in Team Fit Dynasty, but if not, we can pop it up there. It's the launch calendar for Beachbody. So they've got all their plans for the quarters, all of the programs. I don't have a color printer, so I just went and color coded them with a highlighter so that I can keep track of this and have this right in the front sleeve of my binder, so I have easy access to it. So I know all of that information and I don't become an asshole texting Jackie every 5 minutes or Nicole asking them when things are going to launch. And finally, since I'm going to ditch my Rise Up Planner and just use my binder, I found this cute PDF online. You know, you can find a million things for free, a free calendar so I can keep track of my posting schedule and I can keep track of my launches of my groups and content that I want to share. I picked one that had a note section at the bottom so I could keep a monthly to-do list on here. And I just really like it. And I'm finding a system for my daily tracking for my like daily to-dos. I usually just stick a post-it each day for my own little dailies. But just wanted to show you my binder. 80-Day Obsession was a game changer for my business. That's when I started the binder. I don't know why last year I decided to use that planner, and my business didn't go very many places. So I wanted to get back home where I belong, and that is with my binder. So that's my lovely little binder system. All right. I'm going fast, but that's okay. Now I want to get into the social media content. So this is the real meat and potatoes. I promise not to take a million years. Full disclosure, I snagged most of this information from a Chalene Johnson podcast. I will also link that when I post the PDF of that document. So if I don't say something clearly, you can go back and listen to her. I pulled my favorite tips of her favorite tips of Instagram for the year. If anybody follows Build Your Tribe, the podcast she hosts with her son, they did at the end of the year, it was great. They did their best of all different kinds of content. And one of them was Best of Instagram by Chalene. And that's where a lot of this comes from. So the first thing I'm going to talk about, and this relates to our action item later, so definitely pay attention to this area, are 3 of the things she believes that we should be doing on Instagram stories every single day if we want to keep a deep connection with our followers. The first is you have to go direct to camera at least once a day. Turn your camera around, talk to your people. I noticed something and I thought it was just a glitch, but I used to only be able to record for a minute straight 4 different stories on my Instagram. Now I can go for 2 minutes, and that happened just on accident. Some people can go up to 4. It just depends, she said, on your account. So just be cognizant of that. If yours is going to cap off after a minute, be aware of that, watch it, and wrap it up, and then start again. But don't go for longer than 2 minutes at a stretch. No one wants to watch us talk for 4 straight minutes, I don't think. But make sure you flip it around, go direct to camera, even if it's for 15 seconds, 30 seconds, 45 seconds, a minute, for at least one time during the course of a day. That means in every 24-hour cycle, someone should be able to see your face. This is what they came for. They came for you. If they wanted to talk about Beachbody, they could have gone to Danielle Natoni, they could have gone to Leslie, they could have gone to Melanie Mitro, but they came to you. So make sure you turn the camera and look at the camera and talk to them. The second thing you should do at least one time a day, of course, my screen, I typed these up today, locked out as soon as I said it, is you have to think to yourself, what are people coming to you for? And you do that every single day. If you started out because you lost a ton of weight using the little containers, you need to be sharing your meal plan at least once a day. If you all of a sudden, grew your following just sharing your workouts, share your workout move of the day once a day. If you are known for your humor, then that's what you need to do once a day. If people love your little teacher tips, then that's what you need to do once a day. Don't alienate your audience. Now, later I'm going to talk to you about stepping away from branded content once in a while, but it's important to remember who you are and why people follow you and commit to giving them that once a day. So let's say you have a bad day. These 3 things should at least be in your story. You could have 3 slides. One's direct to camera. One is that thing that they know you for, what they came to see you for anyway. And the third, which is this thing that I really stink at doing, is content that builds your email list. It's ironic. Chalene has been talking about an email list forever since I started listening to her. She talks about building an email list. But in the last week or 2, I noticed this happens on podcasts. And if you listen to a lot of business development podcasts, they tend to all have the same thoughts at the same time. And right now they're all talking about email lists. So when I heard that was her 3rd tip, I'm like, this has to matter. It has to, because Jenna Kutcher had a topic on email lists. Brock put out one about email lists. I think that Keisha Fitzgerald put one out about email lists. They're all talking about email lists right now. So how do we do that? If you have the swipe up feature, which I don't know if anyone staring at me right now has the swipe up feature, but if you happen to have that, that's how you can do it. You can link Most of us do not do that. But what you can do is to create a link tree or just have one link in your bio that you talk about every day, that you reference. Leslie's really good about doing this. She'll talk about her carrot muffins and she'll tell everybody that that link is in her bio. When they go to that, they have to put in their email address to get the freaking recipe from her. That's simple. You can build a landing page on all different sites for email list building. I use MailChimp. Type in the chat what it is that you use if you use something else. If you're not there yet, then just do a Google form and then you put those people's email addresses into your Google Streak and you send them a welcome email or something. But make sure you're doing this at least once a day. I need to remind myself to do this because I do not do it enough, but it's really, 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 really important. I'm going to throw a bonus one at you. Something interactive like a poll or a question that's not related to fitness is also a really good tip. She didn't mention that, but Angie Lee mentions it a lot. Other people that I listen to talk about that a lot. So the 3 things we need to do on Instagram stories every day, just to remind you: go direct to camera, remember what they came here for and give it to them, and content that builds your email list. All right? Hold on to those because we're going to use one of them in an action item. Now I'm going to talk to you really quickly about IGTV, but I'm going to drink some water first. So raise your hand if you're using IGTV already. Okay. We all need to be using IGTV. I was really good at it for a while. I haven't been feeling like myself lately, so I haven't been on my IGTV enough. I got to get back to it because I like it. It's good. It's fun, for me anyway. When we're on IGTV, what should we put on there? Shalene actually suggests that more of your IGTV content can be branching out than it is your niche. So if all of your Instagram feed and all of your story is fitness and nutrition, maybe this is where you do a fun makeup tutorial. Maybe this is where you do a try-on haul. Maybe this is where you take them on a tour of your favorite park and, you know, the different activities your kids like to play there. Maybe this is where you do a little craft with your kids or a reading activity that they can do at home. This is the place where you can start bringing in other viewers, other watchers, because IG knows when people are liking IGTVs and they're going to pop them into that news feed. They might pop up as the next video on someone's IG story on IGTV. And so it's a really safe space for you to do that, because if it doesn't work out, if it's not getting a lot of traction, you can delete it, you can archive it, whatever. A couple of my personal tips that I've gained from other people for IGTV: you can create your own thumbnail for IGTV, but when you do that, make sure you actually are in the center of the screen. It's odd. It's not the way you should be taking a normal photo for like Instagram, but because the goal for a photo is to not have background. So if you can look at me right now, like there's like little background because I'm taking up all the screen. But your IGTV doesn't show up in squares. It shows up in oddly shaped rectangles. So you want your face to kind of be in the middle so that when it crops, you're there instead of like this when it's showing up on your IG. If they go to your IGTV, it's just going to be a bunch of your noses, and no one wants that. That's not appealing. So you can take a photo for your IGTV to make the thumbnail, but get yourself towards the center of the picture. Just a fun little thing that I forgot to share. Okay. On your IGTV, you do, as I said, you want to branch out, but you want to also make sure you're keeping things short. So at least a minute, obviously, but no more than 3 or 5 minutes, especially when you're going off brand. If it's your branded stuff, you know your people like it, you can talk a lot longer because that's what they came for. Remember, this is what they came for. If it's not what they came for and you're surprising them with something new or giving them more of an in-depth look at yourself, keep it short until you start to gain their trust in this area. Shalene talked a lot about how she was known for fitness for the longest time, and she had to really, really warm up her audience to her business talks until they became more requested than her fitness. So just think about that. You don't want to do a complete 180. All right, that's enough of IGTV. One tip from Shalene for posts when we are posting. She swears, and I've started to notice this too, that the ultra curated Instagram feeds that were really hot, like in the middle of 2019, with all the same hued, filtered pictures are out. And what we want is real. And she said it doesn't mean like all of them. And I'm going to use Brooke for an example. I don't think Brooke is on, but Brooke has beautiful like aesthetic to her images. I know a Brooke, or I know a Laura Morris photo when I scan Instagram. They pop out. They have like a real warm feel. Melissa, your photos have the same feel. Like I know when it's yours. That's good. I know when it's yours. But after a while, she swears it starts to become white noise. Oh, there's cute Melissa again, and I'm going to keep going. But suddenly it's like, look at that bold sunset. Now I'm paying attention. Oh my God, Melissa posted this? Well, who would have known? And the people who aren't into Melissa's warm vibe are going to be attracted to that. Her followers are going to be like, look at this fancy thing. And it's going to just break it up once in a while. So she said, you know, don't all of a sudden stop with the filters and start looking like a hot mess every 5 seconds. But every couple of posts, there's no rule of numbers, but every few posts, throw something out there that is on brand caption wise, is on brand value wise, but the image is really startling and really stark. Her son's good at this. If you go to Brock Johnson's page, he does this once in a while. And it's just really neat. Like instead of it being your face and your selfie and your kids, it's just like a coffee cup in a window. And what is that there for? Why is that there? You're talking about your morning routine, but you're not in it. And neither is your computer and neither are weights, but you're still talking about your morning. So just something to consider, which I thought was valuable. And finally, the last area that I wanted to talk about from Shalene's is using our direct messages. Now, she talked a lot about direct messages, and it depends on the type of account you have. So you can go listen to that if you have a personal account, business account, or creator account. There's different levels of your DMs. But the one thing that I really liked, and I have this on my business account, I'm not sure how many of us do, how many of it's been rolled out to. I'm guessing everybody, but if it's not you, muffle your ears for a second until it is you. My inbox is now divided between primary and general, meaning like I can see my DMs in 2 different categories. Can nobody else see this? Oh, well, that stinks. So I don't know if I changed my account to something, but like, so I have to turn down my brightness so you can kind of see what I'm talking about. So here's my messages. So I have primary messages and general messages. So when I get a request, it only happens when someone requests me. It says, do I want to move it to primary or general? The weird thing is everybody defaults to primary. Nobody defaults to general. You'd think it would be the opposite, that general would be where all the masses go. But general, Shalene says, because she didn't want to have to go in and automatically switch all of her people to general and just keep the important people in primary, to help herself remember, she thinks you salute a general. So they're super important. So she puts her hot topic people, her hot prospects in her general. So just pay attention. I don't know when this popped up for me. It was recent enough. But if that happens to you, do you have it too? Robin has it? Robin has it. Do it. And then if you're in conversations with people that you don't want to get them lost, move them into that area. Now, what I will say is sometimes I'll have a notification that I have a message and I don't know where the heck it is. And it's in the general. General doesn't light up. Like I don't think, I have to remind myself that it's there and that there might be a new message in it. I don't have a new message in there now. I have 6 conversations in there now. When I'm in the conversation, let me see, under info. So if you want to move it in a conversation, hit the I for info, and it'll ask you if you want to move it from primary to general, just so you know. I only knew how to do it once it pops up. But anyway, just something to think about. All right. Is that a lot? What time is it? Oh, good. 4 minutes. Perfect. We're going to do our action item and get everyone to bed. All right. So 2 action items. Now, this tip didn't come from Shalene. I want to pretend I made this up. I don't think I did. I stole part of the idea from a power hour that Teresa plays for us, but I had to think of a way to organize this in my brain. So I realized that there are 26 letters in the alphabet. I mean, who knew, right? And there are more than 26 letters or days in a month. But what I started to do is on the 1st of the month, I interact with my A followers. On the 2nd of the month, I interact with my B followers. The 3rd of the month, etc. So that I keep track of and interact with as many people as I can. So what I mean by interact with, today is the 6th of the month. We're all going to go to the letter F. So I want you to open your Instagram. I want you to go to your following, the people you follow, and I want you to search the letter F, and it should populate all the accounts that start with the letter F. And play around here. There are a couple of options. Why am I following this person? Unfollow them. I love this person. Interact with them. I really love this person. Steal some of their followers. I truly love this person. Steal some of their followers and interact with them, right? Like get into your F's for a little while. Ironically, that's the letter of the day, right? And then tomorrow you're going to do this for G. And then the next day you're going to do it for H. And it's just going to help you kind of flow through in a really organized way. Then at the end of the month, what are you doing when we surpass the 26th day? You are working on those hot button people in your general list, and you are really heavily working with them because it's the last few days of the month, and we want to make sure we're on top of it. The other action item I'm going to give you, I said had to do with your 3 Instagram story musts of the day. If you're missing one of those today, you've got a couple hours before the day ends, make sure you do one. If you have to turn the camera on yourself, maybe now's the time. Let everyone know you're on the team call. Oh, I forgot to explain too. I walked in 5 minutes before the call from my son's hockey game. So that is why I'm wearing this dumb thing on my head, his outdoor street hockey game. So in case you're wondering, this isn't a fashion statement. I was just frozen. So turn a direct camera, talk about the weird woman from the hockey game running the call, or, you know, whatever you want to talk about. Or if you have to, share what they came for. Did you not post a workout clip today? Go ahead and do it. Have you not shared your nutrition today? You probably ate all your food already. Tell them what your favorite was. Tell them what your breakfast is and you can't look, or you can't wait to have it. Or if you need to do a email list builder, really quickly, look and see if you've got a link in your profile that you can promote for a couple of minutes. And then interact with your Fs, and you guys are free to go. Thank you so much for being on here. I'm going to hang out till I am done with my action items. Love you all, mean it. And let's see, I did some things in the chat. Let's see. Nicole has it. I don't know. Nicole, do you have a creator account? I don't think I ever changed mine to that. I don't even know if it's possible for us, but Teresa's at 2. I love it. I love it. Awesome. Good job, everybody. If anyone else has Success Club points, throw them in the chat. I don't know if you heard me say that before because I said it while I was blasting Rihanna and Calvin Harris. I'm unfollowing that person. And just a reminder, don't do any more than 50 follower unfollows, in an hour. So just be cognizant of that, like how many you're moving through so that you don't get locked out of Instagram. In that podcast, Shalene also talked a bit about hashtags, but she more or less directed us to past episodes about hashtags. So if you want information on hashtags, she has plenty of episodes on it. As does Angie Lee. She's really great with that. Social Media Examiner. Hey. That was my kids, not you. You all did nothing wrong. Okay, the world is really weird because Shalene Johnson just liked my post 18 minutes ago, which means while I was talking about her, she liked a post of mine from December 9th. So what weird world do we live in that happens, that she knew I was talking about her? I'm really uncomfortable right now. I'm not lying. There it is. Shalene Johnson liked my post 18 minutes ago. I'm a little freaked out right now. What? Seriously, Robin, freaking me out. You know, it's not like if I'm like, I want leather leggings, and then suddenly they're on there, because she's an actual human being. Or whomever is running her account tonight is an actual human being. You better believe I just sent them a message and explained what just happened, because what the hell, why not? I talked to Elise today, who knew? P.S. Did everyone see Amy Silverman is pregnant again? She is so freaking cute. I can't. I love her color hair right now. She's looking gorgeous. In case you can hear that, I don't have elephants in my house. My kids play Hello Neighbor. They act it out like they are actually in the video game, and they are stomping around my house.
Can I ask you guys a question?
Yes.
You guys are having this, I want to call it an issue. Every time I put a poll up or a question box or whatever,
Are you getting random people?
I'm getting a ton. It's not just a couple, like a ton. And I can barely filter through them to see if there is even a real person responding.
I'm not getting a ton, but I'm getting them.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. So just these last couple of weeks, I've done a lot of polls for our new challenge group, and I've been able to, I feel like I'm attached to my phone more than I should be, because I want to see if somebody's doing anything. And I've been able to catch a few people that are real people that have been following me, but no joke.
Hold on, bud, I'm almost done.
It's ridiculous on both sides, and I don't know how to fix it. I mean,
like, how many people are you talking?
I'm getting at least 20 to 40 in each like vote that I have no clue who they are. They're not following me. They're just responding. And any responses, I'm getting responses like crazy. I don't know how to get rid of them or block them.
No, I have like 3 or 4 on
I have like less than 5 usually.
No, mine's ridiculous. And I don't want to switch my account because I've already like switched my account from, I don't even know what it is anymore, if it's personal or business or whatever. But it's insane. So I feel like I don't want to use them.
Location tags or anything, or just the poll?
It's like, I have tried everything. I've tried with a location tag, without the location tag. Like, nothing seems to change it.
That's crazy.
It's so annoying.
No, I don't have that many at all.
So I don't know what I'm doing wrong to get them.
No, most of you are doing something very right. Instagram wants to push you everywhere.
But no Shirley Johnson, man.
I tagged her. Let's be clear. I had tagged her in that post from December 9th. She just got around to liking it. So this minute, while I was saying her name, she's like Voldemort. Did anyone see Autumn? This is so petty. I apologize. But Autumn did an IGTV that keeps popping up on my Instagram about Time Nutrition. She did it.
I saw most of it.
And her one eye is like shut.
I noticed.
You have to go look at it. It's the second post, people, because I couldn't pay attention to her because I was like, does she have a sty? Not that it matters. You can have an eye that's strange. It's okay. But I've never noticed it before. And it's so apparent. Like, it looks like it hurts. I want her to go to the doctor.
Did you watch when she got run over by the skateboard in that same video?
No, I didn't actually watch the whole video.
Is she at a skateboard park? Like with a colored wall behind her?
Let me see. Yeah.
Okay, she gets run over by a skateboard during this video. So if you need a good, she's fine, but it's pretty funny.
That is, maybe that happened, maybe another one hit her first, and that's what happened to her eye. The poor thing. She just looks like, I'm like, is there a bug in there? Anyway, I'll watch it later. It just is in my feed nonstop today. South Jersey Magazine started following me. And has anyone seen Australia? It's such a sin. This girl has a screenshot of a text. I don't know if it's a real text or if it's like a meme she found, and it says, "Want to go to the gym with me?" And the person responded, "You spelled Hobby Lobby wrong." I've never been to Hobby Lobby.
Hours later.
Don't get sucked in like I just did to Jessica Bowser Nelson's feed. All right, friends. I'm going to sign off. Yes, dude. Ma'am.
This is so good. Circus, Britney Spears.
Yeah. Hayden's in a Britney Spears zone. She's discovering all the classics. Okay, babe, I'll be right up.